Aloha, this is Megan from Vitality Wellness, and it's Friday again, so I wanted to bring you another Fitness Friday video. Each week I'm going to be detailing an exercise or a pose to help you understand how to do it well and to understand what the benefits are. So today I wanted to show you a yoga pose or asana that is amazing for balancing the effects of sitting and also balancing the effects of stress. So this pose is called Anjanaya Asana or High Crescent Lunge. And it is super valuable because it helps us move us into an extended position. So when we sit down, we are flexed. We're basically folded. See how I'm folded here? There's contraction in the front side of my body. And when we move into extension, this is super powerful for opening and stretching our hip flexor muscle group. So our hip flexors do exactly what it sounds like they should do. They flex the hip. And because they are attached to the leg and our spine, they actually really pull us into contraction. And because they do that, they are involved in every stress response that we have. Our body responds to stress the same way as it did thousands of years ago. It causes what is known as fight or flight in our body. So this is a instinctive reflexive response that prepares us to either fight back or protect our vital organs or flee from the scene. So when we were running from dinosaurs, we had the opportunity to process the stress hormones right away. But if we're sitting in traffic and we get cut off and we react to that, we're not really able to process the cortisol, which is the main stress hormone, right away, and it gets stored in our body. And when we are getting more and more stress hormones stored and we're getting more and more tense in these muscles that contract, then we set the stage for discomfort in our lower back, we set the stage for mobility issues, we set the stage for adrenal depletion. So this is not an ideal scenario. So this pose helps to counter that because it allows us to open up and come back into extension. So I want to show you how to do it. Now that you know why it's good for you to do, oh, and I forgot, because it sets us into extension, it's a good exercise for your butt. And because I'm adamantly working on helping prevent gluteal amnesia, I just felt that I needed to tell you that. Because if we can wake up your butt and engage it, then we can not only set a more neutral pelvis, but we can also set the stage for a nice, strong, supple booty that is really powerful and functional. So, many reasons why this is a good pose for you to do on a regular basis. So what you'll do is set up so that one foot is pointing towards the short edge of your mat, and then you're going to take a really long step back with your other foot. So if your front knee is not comfortable in that position, you can always turn your toes out a little bit. And your back foot, you want to line it up with your hip so that you look back and you see that your hip, your knee, and your foot are all in alignment with each other. You do need to have your foot far enough back that you're up just on the toes and the ball of your back foot. And then I want you to bring your hands to your hips, and you're going to bend your back leg just a little bit. Take a breath in, and I want you to feel the bones on the front of your pelvis, or the frontal hip bones, and you're going to take an inhale. Exhale, you're going to try to lift them up. So you're pulling your belly in to do a little what's called a pelvic tilt. You're going to do a pelvic tilt. You lift the front of your hips, and you pull your tailbone down. It's almost like you're trying to tuck your butt under. So you will already feel more stretch here when you do that. And then you're going to keep that action, breathe, press back through your thigh. So you're pressing your thigh back and you're pressing your heel back, and you're gently bending into your front knee. So you breathe through your nose, exhaling, you're pulling in through your belly, you're trying to lift your hip bones, you're lifting your chest, and you're breathing. And then you can release your hands and roll your shoulders back and stretch your arms up. So your palms face each other. You can bring your hands together if it's comfortable for you. Your front heel is pressing down for stability. Your back heel is pressing back. You keep lifting from your belly to your chest. And if it's comfortable, you look up towards your hands. Okay, so this is a variation. It's very similar to Warrior One. It's almost a variation of that. So to show you on the other side, you make sure your front knee is comfortable. You wiggle your back foot back a little bit, and then you bend your back leg slightly, and you're going to draw your belly in, so you're trying to pull your tailbone under just a little, not so much that you round, but just enough that you can start to feel your belly engage, you start to feel stretch here. And then you're going to lift up from your belly to your chest as you press your thigh back and bend your front knee forward. And then the last action is to lift our shoulders up and back, and then roll our shoulders back and bring your arms up. So you keep pressing your feet down, you're lifting your chest up, you're breathing, you're pushing into your heels, you're breathing. So the action of the heels is key for getting to your butt to engage. So you're pushing your back heel back and your front heel down. So I do want you to stay on each side for a full minute. Woo, and do it twice. So because of that long list of why it's beneficial to do all of this, you need to do it a couple times. So do it twice while you're in the mode. That's even less than 5 minutes. So is your quality of life worth that? I think so. Is your spinal column worth that? Yes. Is your energy worth that? Yes. So take 5 minutes for yourself today and stretch out your hip flexors. They will thank you for it. I thank you for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Aloha. Namaste.